Coming up this week on Montclair News Lab, Brett Kavanaugh is on the Supreme Court. Montclair State students speak out.
Believe in Judge Kavanaugh.
I believe Dr. Ford.
How do you find your media dream job? NBC Universal comes to Montclair State.
We really thought Montclair really stood out.
And later, dog days at the Montclair Animal Shelter. We'll meet Cookie and his new owner.
He's a special boy, and I think that he was put in my life for a reason.
Those stories and more coming up on Montclair News Lab.
Hello, and welcome to Montclair News Lab. From the School of Communication and Media, I'm Ashley Kruzakonki.
And I'm Amanda Eustace. Each week, we scour campus, Montclair, and New Jersey to bring you news and stories we'll be talking about all week.
After a controversial hearing, the Senate voted to seat Judge Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court. From the Me Too movement and presumption of innocence, there's a lot to unpack. We sent News Lab reporter Robert O'Connor to see what students have to say.
I believe in Judge Kavanaugh mainly because he went through FBI investigations. He went through intensive situations where most people would actually break down.
I'm more inclined to believe Dr. Ford over Justice Kavanaugh, but it really doesn't matter who you believe. It just kind of matters that the allegations exist.
It's just, I feel bad for Kavanaugh because it's like really affecting him and his family, and it's just, people were saying he's getting stressed and angry about it. If he did do these things, people change over time, so he's a different man, I think, so I support him.
I believe Dr. Ford. The reason why I believe, because I feel as though we don't know the kind of trauma she went through, and I don't think she would be doing all this for no reason. It's my opinion.
I think it's more of a setback because they basically they were bullying her, really. They were making fun of her. They weren't really giving her respect.
I definitely see it more of an affirmation of innocent until proven guilty. I think that is a very important principle that dates back as far back as Samaria when it comes to a civil society. I think it's very important not to assume someone's guilt before you have all the facts straight, and I think that's a major issue affecting many people today.
We see as a woman that she's out there, that she's putting her voice out, and that this is a story that needs to be told. And I think that is something that is good for the Me Too movement because her voice isn't being silenced, even if it is in some ways. It's still encouraging the rest of America to do the same thing.
The Kavanaugh case was big news for every major media company. One of those companies was NBC Universal. They came to campus to talk about media opportunities with students. Victoria Krisnowick has a story.
NBC Universal is one of the largest media companies in the world, with an array of platforms and programs. NBC Universal targets only a few universities for internship recruitment. Montclair State University is one of them. The School of Communication and Media is a community of creators, communicators, and scholars.
Since we really are looking locally in the tri-state, we really thought Montclair really stood out. We always like to see talent from different places, and this just happens to be one place that we like to cue in on.
Montclair State students imprinted a strong impression on NBC Universal recruiters.
Yeah, I know that we've had such great experience with different past Montclair State University interns that we wanted to make an even more robust relationship with the community here. We wanted to show exactly what we have to offer for students here instead of just seeing what they have to offer us.
During this recruitment information session, students can learn what the process is to get an internship with NBC and what opportunities are available. Almost every seat in the presentation hall of the School of Communication and Media was filled. Some even had to stand. I asked students why they came to this session and why they were interested in NBC Universal.
And I've definitely heard people who have been through their internships and had a great time and learned a lot, so I just thought it'd be a really good opportunity to learn more about it.
I love NBC so much, and even though I'm a freshman, I just wanted to come hear people from the company talk and hear all about their opportunities. So
The campus recruiters gave advice to those who are thinking about applying for an internship.
So I think my advice would be to tailor your resume as best as possible, whether that's talking with a professor and having them look that over, or going to career services. Really make sure it's in tip-top shape and has all the technical skills, any previous experience that's relevant to the internship, submitting an application early, and connecting with a recruiter if we are on site is a really great first step.
Embrace your inner Harry Potter. Place a spell on a recruiter by casting off your resume. I'm Victoria Kshinovek for Montclair News Lab.
Finding a career you like is a process. Today we have a guest who's gone through that process. Here with us we have a student entrepreneur, George Garcia III.
George, you're 22. You're almost graduating in December, and you're a founder of your own company, WePace, and also involved in a business called Pause Wellness. What is a day in a life like for you?
Day in the life for me, it's pretty hectic. Working on all these different opportunities and projects, it can get to be a lot, but I think that I've been able to strike a really good balance because of my skills that I've learned from the Entrepreneurship Center here at Montclair.
Now, when it comes to your company, WePace, what do you do there? What is the company exactly?
WePace is all about helping small businesses and communities grow. We've seen communities be under attack from the business side as well as the community side in various different ways, and our goal is to really bring communities back together. We envision WePace as the glue that holds your community together.
Now, your family also started their own business as well. Was that an influence to kind of start your own career path?
Definitely, it definitely was. We have entrepreneurs on both sides of my family, and it's really ingrained into me. From when I was little, being involved in businesses was really just a normal thing for me.
And recently, you just received the award for New Jersey Biz 40 Under 40. Now, what is it like to win an award like that?
Winning NJ Biz 40 Under 40 is an incredible honor. There were so many great candidates and so many great winners that I really have my work cut out for me in terms of what I have to do in the future.
And do you have any kind of advice for any starting entrepreneurs?
Yeah, to every entrepreneur, I always tell them, take every opportunity that's presented to you. You never know what's going to come about.
And coming as you're going to graduate in December, what are your hopes or dreams or companies that you might possibly want to work for in the future?
Yeah, I definitely want to just keep owning my own businesses and working on technologies that I really enjoy. I can see myself being a serial entrepreneur for the foreseeable future.
All right, and thank you so much for being on the show with us today, George.
Thanks for having me.
Every week, we check in with the very latest from our campus newspaper, the Montclarian. Here's what they've been up to this week.
This week I did a story on the Jean Cleary Act report. It's an annual report that higher education institutions have to release, and it has different crime categories and the reports in those sections. So I particularly focused on sexual assault in lieu of the Kavanaugh case.
This week in our sports section, we have homecoming coverage. We started out with a photo essay on the tailgate where alumni were invited, and then we also have a story about the homecoming game.
This week we have an article about New York Comic Con, which happened this past weekend. One of my writers, Alex Centeno, went. He took a bunch of pictures for it. So we have different pictures of students that actually got pictures with some celebrities like Matt Smith from Doctor Who, and then we also have some pictures of people that are cosplaying as different characters, in addition to the article describing the event.
A new issue of the Montclarian is published every Thursday. Grab your own copy or visit their website at montclarian.org.
You never know what you're going to hear when you listen to our campus radio station, WMSC. Our friends Patrick Cicchetti and Christian Curatula bring you a bit of what to expect.
I don't know where he is. He's supposed to be... Hey, what's up? I'm Patrick Cicchetti from 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, and
I don't understand why they want me to do TV. It's a dying medium. I'm a radio man. Radio has been forever. This is just plain stupid. I don't... Mom, I'm gonna have to call you back. Hi, I'm Christian Curatola from 90.3 WMSC.
And we want to tell you about some of the awesome stuff we do here on the station at Montclair State.
We've got amazing alternative music programming running 24/7.
Talk radio all the time, including our morning show, The Morning Buzz, with a different host every day of the week.
You can check us out at 90.3 FM on your radio dial.
Or anywhere in the world on WMSCradio.com or the iHeartRadio app.
So come, check us out, have some fun.
You should call your mom back.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go take care of that.
Thank you guys very much. And make sure you tune in to WMSCradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, and 90.3 on FM radio.
It was a fun weekend for Red Hawks. Montclair State held its first ever tailgate. Our sports unit, TBD, were there to see what tailgating means to people.
It's fall, it's football season, and it's raining. That means it's time to tailgate. Tailgating has become an integral part of sporting events. From the simple to the extravagant, hanging out for hours before the game is as vital as the game itself. Montclair State's homecoming tailgate is no exception.
Tailgating to me is a chance for people to get together and build some spirit before a game, have some fun, have some food and a drink, play some games, listen to some music, and really get excited for the game.
Tailgate means good beer, good food, and good friends. Rocky, what does tailgating and this specific event mean to you?
Tailgating always brings like energy to the stadium right before the game, and it's a fun way to interact with other fans and like family and spend quality time with each other.
Tailgate, it means having fun and dancing and eating.
Don't forget the food. Rocky loves all the food we got here. Woo! Go Red Hawks!
My favorite part so far has been the food. Definitely trying a little bit of everything.
It's the home crowd feel. It's being able to, be around different people who are all rooting for the same team as you.
When the tailgate winds down, the game ramps up. MSU took on TCNJ. Who won? We're not sure, but we know that we had fun over here at Cornhole. Just kidding, we won. See you TBD.
From the outside looking in, the Montclair Animal Shelter isn't like any other shelter. They go above and beyond to find every pet the perfect owner. I stopped by to meet the animals and the people who find them perfect homes. Meet Cookie. He's an 8-year-old purebred Chihuahua. Linda Vermeulen, who lives in Elmwood Park, is taking Cookie home today.
He's a special boy, and I think that he was put in my life for a reason.
The Montclair Animal Shelter is home to 103 animals like Cookie. Many people walk through the shelter hoping to find the perfect pet for their family. However, it's not as easy as just picking out an animal.
So we really want to make sure that we're matching a person's expectations, because that's going to lead to better success in the long run with people keeping the animal, like with retention.
As you're finding out what type of animal you may be interested in, the adoption counselors try and guide you to the right animal.
Very rarely do we see animals back. It usually ends up being a very happy match.
For many, adopting an unwanted dog is more rewarding than buying a dog at a pet store.
It just makes me feel better knowing that I adopted a dog that needed something instead of buying a dog that I don't know what I'm buying.
The shelter allows families to come in and foster some of the animals. Fostering is taking in a homeless animal and caring for it until a permanent family comes along. The pets are well taken care of during their time at the shelter. They're even read to.
We actually have a grant-funded program to have children come into the shelter and read to animals.
This program helps children with literacy issues. It's less threatening to read to a dog than a human.
It's actually then also a win-win because it helps socialize our animals so that they are more open and exposed to people interacting with them, so that makes them also more adaptable.
While you may just hear barking at the shelter, much more goes on behind these walls. And if you would like to donate, foster, or adopt at the shelter, please visit FOMTUSNewJersey.org or the Montclair Township Animal Shelter Facebook page for more information. And thank you for joining us on Montclair News Lab. From all of us at the School of Communication and Media, I'm Amanda Eustace.
And I'm Ashley Kuzakonki. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Montclair News Lab, and follow us on Twitter at MSU News Lab to view the latest newscasts and get a behind-the-scenes look at our weekly productions.